we should make a note for Rafferty that Anushka gets paid somehow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be good.
Yep, Anushka should get some money. I think it is unique because Harmon had made a deal. The doctor had committed professional time, so he has like a trade payment. Anushka was just being honorable, but I'm sure they still want to reward her to some degree. So,
Yeah,
good thinking, good looking out.
Alright, so I suppose let's pick it back up.
Yeah, so you guys are nursing your hangovers from the night before. It is morning in Ferme Rouge. Potter is a knight. And Harmon is on the trail of the Syndicate. Yeah, I get that feeling off of Harmon. He's just kind of like, there's the fight, and that's it. Nothing else matters.
Harmon,
so
I know you don't drink,
fine.
so I didn't bring you one. I brought you some water, and I put some rose petals in it for you. That should be fancy enough for the occasion. I'm going back to the hard liquor. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, we're going to retcon this a little bit since Harmon had just recently been scouring the town for this rare item, was put into contact with several merchants. I guess the doctor was on his behalf. So, you had heard that there was Pinecliff was a town that has basically been overrun by foreign influence. You can go there for strange food, for strange weapons and equipment. If you can manage to find someone who speaks the language, you could even get like a room to stay at. You find that there are two merchants who are fluent in both Calabrese and the Zongguo dialect up here. I guess actually Harmon speaks it as well, right?
Seems to be. Yeah, so he doesn't want to leave until he finds the Syndicate here in Ferme Rouge.
Got it.
No, a lot of mercenaries in Zongao don't speak it.
Got it. Okay, alright. Well, you're at least familiar with it. So yeah, you've come across you've heard of a Zongguo merchant who does speak Calabrese here in town, in Ferme Rouge. It's a start. The people that you asked about it don't really know much about a syndicate. Best they can do is point you towards this guy or point you towards the town that's south of Ferme Rouge. Yeah, Stock failed all their rules. It was not a good day for gossip or for learning. It was a good day for drinking.
Yeah, I suppose you're going to go ahead and drag the doctor out of his siesta here to go and look for you, right, Harmon?
Going to do new gossip?
Yup, seems like the case. Either drag out a nobody the nobles. This is very true, and, I am a bit tipsy, but that shouldn't stop me. So, I suppose I will go ahead and roll mind and gossip once more to see what I can pick up on the town.
Okay.
That is positively 0 successes. I could try to reroll that one. What would the reroll be for, though?
uh, um, what do you mean reroll the one like with
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
you're talking about favored use.
Yeah, what favored use do you think applies here?
Well, this was a gossip roll. You're specifically trying to find out about like underworld dealings. So it could be gossip, favored use, black market,
Black
criminal
market?
activity, something like that.
Sure, black market. There we go. So I'll go ahead and reroll the 6.
Come on, yeah.
And then I will put my personality into it. I'm just calmly explaining. I'm just looking for some people. 2 successes.
Okay. Looking for this syndicate, looking for this crime family. As you patiently restate your query over and over again, you finally come to a merchant who has worked in import here in the town for quite a long time. And he says that, well, we don't know about organized crime so much as a syndicate, but we do know that there are bandits of incredible skill that operate here within the town limits. They only attack imports that are carrying goods from Zongguo specifically, and those merchants always report that it's like they're being attacked by shades themselves. They move swiftly. They're rarely ever seen. Those that have encountered them have reported that they fight with their claws and their fangs. They strike quickly and generally do not kill the merchants, but do leave them either unconscious or incapacitated. And when they come to, they find that their wares have gone missing. They would swear that they are Zongguo descent because of the strange manner in which they fight. And you also learn that these attacks happen most commonly after dark. In the dock district, there is a warehouse that has been hit more times than anyone can count, because it has a... they think it's because the shutters on the roof, or at least in this merchant's humble opinion, the shutters on the roof entryway, I forget what they call them, but sort of like the raised barn entry, have all completely rusted off. Like it's almost a derelict building. So only the most desperate or cheap will stash their wares there before moving on to other cities in the Vorpois lands.
I see. Well then, it's very interesting. I suppose right now you don't think anyone is currently using that warehouse, right? And there's no new shipments today? Or are
It
there?
says, oh, there's always someone using it. I mean, there's limited storage space. A lot of our sailors or a lot of our merchants will have to keep part of their stuff, part of their inventory on the ship because of how crowded it can be during this time of the year. Yeah, if you would also like to make a gossip check, you are more than welcome to.
Sure, let's go ahead and do that to see if they also have the items. Like, I was also interested in purchasing this today with a 5. So we need to roll the counter 2d8.
Right. Sorry.
Hey, you might actually find your thing, Herman.
8. 4.
Oh.
All right. I think you do find your thing. What was that thing? Something acorn?
Yeah. It's up here in the chat. So, Ruin Oak Acorn.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
It is a weapon
Huh.
of some
All right.
kind.
It's
Or maybe just
ammunition.
ammunition. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Holy ammunition. Cool.
This is bound to make it more frightening.
Weapon?
Probably. We're about to receive the explanation. It's a good dog. Good puppy. But I suppose with all this, I'll since I was asking the merchant, I'd probably also say, so someone is currently storing things in there. Could you maybe point me to one of these men? Do you know if they are in town or?
Sorry, which men? Merchants or the?
Yeah, the merchants using the warehouse have things in there right now from Zongao. To go and speak with them.
Yep, he does. He will point you to a sailor, an otter, who speaks with an accent. He says, "Hey, what can I do for you?" He's in the process of directing traffic from his ship into this warehouse. Which, when you see it, you can you know exactly which one it is.
Yeah. Well, allow me to introduce my friend here. He is the great and powerful Harmon, a mercenary of great name. I mentioned great. I could not help but, as his contractor here, understand that there may occasionally be things that happen to people in this area. There's a lot of crime happening in this neighborhood. My friend here would love to guard things for you.
Oh, it's quite a big one. Well, I appreciate that. As you can see, I'm kind of strapped for cash. If I had the money, I would probably be renting out one of the larger warehouses. But as it stands, we need to move these goods. I'm at a deficit, so appreciated. But no, I think we'll be quite fine. Thanks.
But wouldn't you know it, he's willing to do it on the cheap.
Is that true? And he eyes Harmon.
The doctor is turning around and giving massive winks at Harmon right now.
Nods. All right.
Nods only.
This is all right then. If you can operate for 1 dinar a day, then I can pay you. I know it's not much, but like I said, if this for the goodness of your heart, I suppose we could use it. We've been hit by thieves. Pretty much 3 out of our last 4 transits to this town. So any help, especially help from someone of your size, that'd be a boon to us.
Well, I can guarantee none could stand before Harmon.
That's so cool. Okay.
And of course,
Sorry.
I'll go ahead and pull Harmon to the side afterwards and pat him. I can't reach his shoulder, so I guess I'm like just tapping his hand a little bit and going, well, Harmon, at least this should put you proximate to the people that you're after. And maybe if you don't happen to completely split them in half, you could get some answers out of them. If they do happen to evade you, you could call me in again, and I could maybe track them from whatever they leave behind. Oh, you don't? Well, hopefully this at least puts you on the right track to be in conflict with them. If you need any further assistance, I think I have about 6 more hours of sleep to catch up on.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You're still sleeping off your night of partying.
I'm nocturnal. It's the day. I'm going to take some rest.
Oh, gotcha. All right, Cool.
Well, if a message as large as you doesn't get through, I don't know what will, Harmon. To you, the best of fortune.
All right. Is Harmon going to take this watch solo?
Well, like I said, I'm sleeping.
That's true. You have heard that these individuals typically strike at night, though, so you do have time to rest the day away if you want.
Yeah. Harmon says he will. I will at least, inform Connor, yeah, Harmon's down to the docks and he's probably going to get into a fight, but,
Looking for a fight.
So, I mean, Connor could do his own plan and be in the area if such a thing happens, but, Harmon is on the job now, and he'll get what he wants soon.
Yeah, for the GM, out of character here, would you mind me just making another 6 raccoon soldiers and 1 for a scout?
Sorry, Ark, I didn't fully catch that. You're talking about your irregulars now?
Irregulars, yes. I'm sorry, I should have specified.
No, that's
but
fine.
I rolled for 6, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think, well, I rolled 5, get 1 automatically, so that would be 6 total.
Yeah.
So I'll just make up some names and make them all raccoon soldiers so they're easier for me to keep track of.
Okay. That works for me. All right. So yeah. So Connor, you hear that Harmon is going to be 70 dinar. Yep. Okay. Cool. So Harmon, you buy these strange magical bullets, acorns. How much do you get for that? Per 12 says up here. Okay, cool. All right. So you pay the money for the acorn. You basically have a really boring day watching these merchants unload all of their wares in a rickety old warehouse. It's rather uneventful. Some of them kind of try to strike up conversations with you just based on your size. They'll be like, wow, you look like, are you like a prize fighter? Are you like a knight of the avoirdupois? Ah, cool. Okay. I didn't know the Book of Monsters had items, but I guess maybe if it's coming from a specific tree, it might be in that monster description. Gotcha. I'm gonna go look that up. But yeah, so in the meantime, kind of an uneventful day, waiting for nightfall. You do take note that there are some, it looks like strange statues and maybe incense burners from Zhongguo that are among the wares that these guys are offloading into things. So, yeah, you'd say it's there's a potential for trouble to go down. Yeah, exactly. You're just like a statue there. People are doing the thing where they, hello, hello. Ah, mute and or dumb. Well, suits us fine. Hey, big guy, you could help us with this. They're hefting in large barrels, straining under the weight, and just get nothing from Harmon. All right. Doctor is sleeping. Connor is, I don't know what Connor's doing. Connor is pep talking his men, rousing up his irregulars, maybe.
And we're marching near the dock district.
Oh, in that case, you will totally see Harmon. He's kind of hard to miss. Doing his best guard duty statue act.
All right, we're just Not remaining in the neighborhood long enough to be conspicuous, so that means not returning to it as often as you would if you were, say, a regular patrol. He's trying to avoid looking like such a thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just they're doing random walking around it. They're soldiers, they're not guardsmen, they're not patrolling.
All right, so I see. You're trying to keep an eye on what's going on without looking like you are doing so.
Yeah, we don't have like low profile or anything, but we do all have tactics.
Okay, all right.
That would work.
Well, the day passes uneventfully. Harmon is truly earning his 1 denar. As night falls, there are several of the otters who are like, well, we were supposed to stay with the merchandise. You can go home now at Harmon. But if he doesn't move, Tactical Guard watch, they're going to shrug and say like, whatever. If he's going to be here all night, there's no reason that we have to. So I'm sure this guy's got it covered. And they're going to take off. They'll be like, you've got this covered, right? And if he says nothing, they'll say like, yeah. And then basically head to the nearest tavern for drinks and wenches. Harmon, you are alone guarding this warehouse. And you stand there just listening, searching the night for any signs of intrusion for at least 2 hours. It is nearly midnight when you first hear the sounds of scuffling from above. Sounds like paws on the ramshackle rooftop of this warehouse. I assume you're outside, or you could be posted inside. You could basically be wherever you want within the base. Yeah. Yep. Danger sense tells you that this is not some wayward messenger who's just stopping for a break on the roof or anything like that. It sounds like multiple sets of feet, and they are trying to move silently. They're just not moving silently enough. All right. So you hold perfectly still, and after a few moments, you can hear a muffled crunching noise from the latch of the window on the second floor. Once again, not making any motion, you can see slipping into the darkness a quite bendy form. You think that perhaps it is a weasel, clad all in black. There's 2 of them. One of them is holding open the window just enough that the other one can slip in, and then it follows. The 2 of them scurry along the rafters and slide down to the ground floor. And upon touching ground, the first one notices you, large and imposing as a statue, and hisses. They pull from their belts what appears to be a weapon of some sort, a weighted ball hammer type contraption attached to a long length of chain. He's clearly dead or asleep. That's not a crate. All right. I think at this point, this is probably time to do initiative. I'm going to reuse a map over here because it is very important to know where these guys are in relation to you. So we're going to reuse the Chastity Inn map. I apologize. Ignore
we'll
the
just use
tables
our
and the furniture.
imagination.
Yeah.
Hey, there are shelves and boxes here, right?
Yeah. Get my guys out.
I guess we're gonna roll to see how far away Connor and Men are.
Yeah, let's do that.
Everybody has a speed D6, so they will all have the same run, I believe. Yep. So I'll just use my own run stat.
Okay.
What do you think? However, like, pick a die size, and that's how many turns. Maybe pick multiples, so I'm not just there and a lucky roll 1.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like,
I mean, I'll say like
3d4 is better than 1d12 as a way to determine this, I'd say.
yeah. Let's do. Yeah, let's do 3d4. Well, hold on. We're looking for successes here. Is that what we're trying to do?
Well, just however many rounds it takes me to get there. Yeah, and that would have been figure out a good way to count how many rounds, make it a little random, and then off we go.
Yeah, he's been guarding the area all day and like understands like, well, we have these people on watch. They'll hear it around here. They can raise the alarm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in that case it would be. I mean, you could roll 6 or I guess 7 d4, 1 for each of your guardsmen, right, and yourself.
All right. Well, I got 6, so it would be me, Potter, and it would be Connor, Potter, and the 6.
So 8. And we'll determine it by round. So for every 1 that you roll, that'll be how many people show up on like the first round. Or the second round, I guess, since they don't really know anything's happening right now. All right. So we got 3 people showing up on the second round, third round, I guess. And then 2 more after that, and then 3 more after that.
And I'll let you decide who goes up.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully in this fight there's some typicals that I can actually deal with and they won't kill all my guys.
Okay. So these 2 thieves have taken notice of Harmon. Harmon has rolled his initiative. They're going to roll their initiative, which means I should probably have their stat blocks up. Here we go. All right. Initiative. They're rolling 2d8. Okay. 2 successes. So they're going to be readied. They've got their weapons out. 2 successes is focus, right? 1 success is you get like a free action. 2 successes, you get focused. Okay. At this range, you can see that they are indeed weasels. Bastian and Gerald. Okay, the one, they've both removed these strange chained weapons from their belts, and almost instinctively they're going to send these things spinning towards your head, Harmon. Break focus and move to intercept, okay? All right. I think this guy is going to break his focus to guard.
This may affect the game, but
or is that not how? Oh, I see. Hold on. Sorry. This is. I'm not used to focusing, interrupting other focuses. So yes. So they're taking their attack. You use your focus just to change your position, and then when they attack, you counter. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the first thing this guy's going to do is guard, aim, attack. That's not aim. What am I doing? That's injured. Sorry. All right. And now these are reach weapons. You're kind of within reach range, but that means that I can still attack you, right? Or do they have to like step back to attack? I guess is the question.
I guess that's their choice to make.
Yeah, some voice can answer. Makes sense. Okay, well, I'm thinking that it's the countering range. Whatever. They're gonna guard, they're gonna step back, and then they're gonna attack at range. So let's see, they've got a one-pace move.
In the
Yes?
generation of the system after this, they gave weapons a counter range, but it was assumed, I guess, that ranged weapons don't counter unless they're like spells, and then they use a different skill at that point. And melee weapons can counter at their attack range.
Got it. Okay. This is a melee reach weapon. He's going to roll 3d8 and send this thing sailing at your head. Yeah, I mean, you also have reach, so at this point, it's a moot distinction, I guess.
Need to surprise him. No way he can get me here. Bam!
All right. I think my 8 beats your 6. This is damage plus 2, so it's just 3 damage coming at you. It's also a grapple attack, as the chain wraps itself around Harmon. And you soaked all 3 of it, so it's just reeling. This guy up here is going to take his first action to move back. He's going to move up to his dash. He's going to move here because I want him within 4 paces. That's true. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I think if he charges, I mean, it's not like they're going to attack where he was standing, right? They should be able to react to what he was doing. I guess I see that point as well. Okay, fine. We can do that. I mean, it's complicated too by the fact that they're reach weapons. So like, if I'm going to attack you with a reach weapon and then you interrupt that to move with like closer than my reach range, that just means that your interruption and your movement would automatically invalidate the attack, right?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Same as if he like ran away from it instead. Break focus, run away, you're no longer in range, attack kind of flubs.
I guess so. All right. In that case, this guy, we're just going to say his attack flubs. He's still got focus, so he's going to use the rest of his action to move and to guard. And we're going to put him out here. 3 meters up, 3 paces, I suppose, and guarding. Okay, and then it's Harmon's action. And after Harmon's action, they'll move, and then we're going to have some of Connor's people show up.
Speaking of, I decided to have a coachman to help with the driving. So just take Gerald off as a soldier. He won't be participating in this fight because he's a non-combatant.
Okay. Sounds good. This guy is going to... Yeesh. Let me see. He's going to use his rope parry battle gift to parry your attack with his rope thing, with his chained weapon, which costs him his gift. That gives him 3d8 and a d12 until he refreshes, and he can't do it again. 3d8 and a d12. And that was not that great. I see 3 going through plus 2. Oh, wait, he gets another d12 because he was guarding. Sorry, was the d12? Sorry, I gotta check my notes here. Parry, 3d8, d12, and another d12 for guarding. I'm gonna roll that. Much better. Okay, 1 goes through. So 1, 3, The extra D12 is part of this rope parry gift, I believe. Yeah. And since it's expended, he can't use it again until he uses the refresh on it. But yep, so 3 damage, and we're soaking with a D6 and 2D8 with resolve and body. D6, 2D8. All right, all soaked, but he's sent reeling. Here. All right. Our guy here is going to recover from reeling. Whoop. He's no longer guarding. He's going to send another attack your way with his double-headed hammer. Without aiming, it's just going to be 3d8 coming at you. Yeah, not so. Sorry, this guy. Oof. Okay. That looks like 2, 4. Okay. Only 1 is soaked, so that's 3. Let's see. Hurt, reeling, and afraid. Ugh. Okay. So your impressive claymore does not actually help him the reach that his chain weapon gives him. And you get a cut on him. You see blood splatter on the floor. Is that it for Harmon? I assume so, right? Yeah. Oh, was it my attack? This is the problem I have with this game, is that when you're doing like counters and stuff, I lose track of the flow very easily. Okay, so this other guy is going to use the rope lunge attack. He is exhausting the gift to make an attack up to near range, and if I math this right, he should be within 4. He's within just based on our math fudging. So here it comes. This one will be hard to counter, so you're going to dodge. Makes sense. And he's no longer guarding. 3d8. And it doesn't beat your dodge, so it goes whizzing past Harmon's head. Oh, he gets a bonus d8 because you're reeling, right? Yeah, okay. So that's 1 plus 2 damage total. So for 3 damage to soak. All right, the 3 damage is soaked. And you remain reeling. Yep. Okay, now that's it for my action. All right. You get your bonus d8 because he is reeling. And he cannot parry. He's just going to try to dodge it. 2d8, d10. He's incredibly bendy. Oof, but the 10, 11, and 12, and 9. Yikes. So it looks like 6 damage total? 7? 1, 2, 3, plus 2 is 5, plus 1 for hurt. Yep. I think it's 6. D6, 2d8. One, 2, 3, 4. Plus 2. Oh, yeah. Yes, plus 2, 5, 6, 7. You're right, 7. 7, and he soaks 2 of it, which puts him to dying. Or dead. It was 5 total, so he's just dead.
Yeah.
Blah.
Cut another person in half.
Basically, there's the chain that he was holding tight that had wrapped itself around Harmon goes slack. Top half of his body falls to the ground.
That is a problem that these weapons can't parry.
Yeah, definitely. They've got the cool trick where they can attack at range, but that also is something that has to be refreshed. Ah, interesting. All right. The weasel, because it's quite clear that's what these individuals are, is in a low crouch and it's staring at you. And it's looking at the body of its fallen brethren, and it looks back to you, and it turns tail and will flee into the shadows if you let it. Message sent. Okay. Moments later, the doors are thrown open, and you can see Connor flanked by two of his guardsmen. I think there were three that showed up, right? 2 or 3. Weapons at the ready. One of the guardsmen says, "He murdered that innocent man!"
No. This is my friend. He wasn't murdering this man. He was protecting himself.
Oh, all right. I suppose. Sorry. I'm new at this. It's my first day as an
You
irregular.
haven't seen this man fight. When an opponent surrenders, he does not pursue them.
Well, okay then. I guess the ball's in your court at this point. You've got the dead body of this guy. You've got the other one that has fled into the night. Message is likely sent and received. So what are the next steps here? This place is protected. Or morgue?
Anatomist?
Did they have morgues? Morgues? Yeah, maybe take a dead body.
Take it to the
Middle
church,
Ages.
have them cast Lazarus Heart, bring it back,
Ugh.
Oh,
and
it's
have it
proof.
answer questions. Law admin person. Sheriff, judge, lawyer.
One of those.
Connor.
I mean, yeah.
Attorney? Sorry.
No, I like the law thing, right? What a terrible guess. Yeah, I'm not thinking of it either.
Hey.
Adjudicator? No, that's the same thing as lawyer.
Dang, I'm having a hard time too. To someone who actually has law on their side and officially recorded and such. What's your objective? I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, go with that. Sure.
Yeah, if you bring the body to the local sheriffs, I suppose. First, he'll look somewhat repulsed by it, because it's basically like cleaved in twain. You note that the clothing that it's wearing is rather strange, wrapped pretty much head to toe in black dyed linen that helps it blend within the shadows. The weapon is clearly not of a Calabrese style. You couldn't imagine how people would use such a thing if you hadn't seen it for yourself firsthand. But it looks impractical at best. And when the sheriff's men disrobe what's left of the corpse in order to find clues as to its origin, they see that the weasel bears a brand under their arm, sort of like hidden in the armpit. It is a strange, well, it looks to be a dragon, but like a classically illustrated dragon of lore, less the bipedal dragons that you have known to walk the earth and more of a beast sort of in a circular motif. Forest ghosts. Yeah. They probably earned a reputation as ghosts or demons. But it is quite clear to the sheriff that no, this person is mortal, as you yourself have proven with that cutting arm of yours. This is quite concerning. I had heard tales, but this speaks to something larger, a more an actual, a syndicate, organized crime. I had refused to believe it. The reports that something like that would be going on in our good town seemed too repulsive for me to consider. But this person was trained for this. Perhaps it could be a smaller or isolated gang, but the activity that we have heard, it matches this description, and it seems strange that... Sorry. Forest ghosts are the Lin Kuei. Yeah, I guess so. This Lin Kuei is a Mortal Kombat thing, but that's the only reference I have in my head for what that is. I need to revisit the Zhang Guo book. But yeah, the sheriff will inform you that based on their activity, they're thieves. There's been no recordings of them killing people for no reason, only of attacking those who are in possession of Zhang Guo goods. Scorpion was Japanese, so a totally different thing.
There's like two different clans in Mortal Kombat. I just can't remember what the other one was.
Yeah,
He's in one of them.
Is it the Shirai Ryu, which is not at all how you would pronounce either of those words, but hey, it's Mortal Kombat.
Maybe it's Sub-Zero who's in the Lin Kuei. I don't know.
I think
this is relevant to what's happening. It's being cheeky.
There you go. Hey, if you guys want to call the game and just talk about fighting games for the next hour, I'm in. That is...
Yeah, load up Mortal Kombat now. Let's see what you got.
Oh, I just bought 11. So bad. Dude, I just bought 11 too. Okay, we'll talk after the show.
Fighting game stream. Let's go. Let's do it.
Fighting game stream is on. But yeah, all right. So, he says this is quite disconcerting. Disconcerting. I'm going to investigate into this matter further. And then he cocks an eyebrow at Harmon, says, it is interesting. You don't have any personal involvement with this group. It seems like of all of the guards, of all of the warehouses that have been attacked in the past months, no one has ever successfully killed one of these individuals before. Well, I suppose I'm just a little bit shocked by how easily you have appeared to take down one of these men who have been troubling us for this long. Huh.
A tale of souls and swords. Eternally.
Yeah, fighting game podcast. All right. Well, the sheriff will consider your words, and he says, I would not ask this. I'm not in the habit of seeking outside assistance with matters such as these. However, I do have it seems that you are a match for these these thieves. They have been giving us quite a lot of trouble. I'm not sure what brought you here or by what fate you have crossed paths with these individuals, but if you are willing to help us solve this problem for good, I'm sure that we could find a way to compensate you. Yeah, tournament arc, baby.
And Connor would come over to have a sword dancer kick his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, what he's asking for is your help in uncovering this syndicate and basically stopping the reign of terror that they are perpetrating. This would be a separate goal, of course, from the one that you were following up to this point before you sent the message. Yeah. If that's something that would interest you, you need only to name your price. Dang. He says, well, is that the going price for a legendary sword user these days? I will have to speak with the palace and see if we can get you the required funds, but you give me a day, I'm sure it can be arranged. All right. Well, we will come to you once we have secured your payment. For now, we appreciate your service to the town. We will dispose of the rest of this, and he gestures to the corpse of the weasel. And the rest of the night passes uneventfully. The next morning, you are approached by a member of the town guard wearing the Lever colors. And he says that they were only able to obtain enough payments to keep you employed for 4 days. But they're willing to pay you for those 4 days' time if you can turn up anything that would be worth the payment, even if you aren't able to complete the task within that time frame. So 4 times 6 is 240 denarii, or I guess 10 Oriels. Look at me mathing. Oh yeah, I mean, you guys can spend as much time on it as you would like. It's just that's all the money they were able to requisition. So if you gave up after 4 days, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Hoping that they're going to come back. Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Cool. In that case, it sounds like the plan, if you're accepting, is going to be to restake out this warehouse. Cool. Okay, then. The otter merchant who employed you is a little bit stunned to hear that not only was there an attack last night, but that you killed one of them and drove the other one with seemingly not much difficulty. He says, well, that's the best dinar I ever spent. But he'll gladly allow you to continue to guard his warehouse while berating the other crewmates that were tasked to actually defend the place for not being there. And I'm going to do a roll in secret here. Let's turn this
Hey,
on.
that's a denarii for you. Don't forget.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah, it's all going towards a cooler item.
It's true.
Volcano fan.
Yeah. Well, that's when you get back in touch with the Dubois Company. But yeah. Right? Damn. Okay. So you don't have to wait long. The very next night, as night falls, you are manning your post when you hear a similar approach, scratching on the roof, the creaking of a door opening. But this time, you find that there are more of them. Give me a danger sense. Mind and observation plus danger sense, please. I mean, that's a good question, too. Are you bringing Connor along officially this time? It sounds like he wants to join.
If, as he would say, it is his duty to ensure that there is no crime in his territories. Well, actually, posting up inside the warehouse under cover of stealth for most of them, except Connor, who will just be seen coming and going.
Gotcha.
Wait,
Okay.
actually, let me see. This is not in Femarrouge, is it?
It's not what?
It's not in Femarrouge.
No, this still is in Fermerige.
All right, so I wouldn't have my local area knowledge.
Yes.
But I guess if he slips in at the right time, he won't be seen. So noon, I guess, when it's brightest and everything is most illuminated, he will just go into the warehouse, and then everybody else will go as it starts getting like the twilighty.
Okay, so you guys are gonna. All right, so you guys are actually going to be waiting inside the warehouse.
Yes.
Right.
Instead of being a whole separate mass roaming the city, in pockets of ones and twos, we're all just going to be in there. Hiding.
Gotcha. Okay. Mm-hmm.
What was the wording on the new goal?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get it right so we don't have to do the goal dance where it gets reworded 100 times. Okay, we're going to say all right. This is based on what the sheriff wants. He wants you to, quote, end the syndicate's crime activity of war territory. I guess that's avoirdupois territory. And naturally, you're already paid for the time that you put in, so that money is not going to be revoked or anything if you don't complete the task, but the goal should be that. Eliminate the syndicate from the avoirdupois could also work, But I think that's a little bit restrictive because there might be ways that you could end the activity without eliminating everybody.
They could become a legitimate organization suddenly.
Yeah. Is it going to win you Mortal Kombat?